Hi, I'm Matthew Primus, and this is Democratic Unity Club today. A value-based early care and education system will benefit children, parents, and teachers in Alabama by the Economic Policy Institute. In states across the nation, underfunding of early child care and education, ECE, is compromising the well-being of ECE teachers and the children in their care. In many states, policymakers simply do not have the information they need to understand the true cost and the fundamental components required to create a comprehensive, high-quality ECE system in their state. Proposals for ECE reform have focused primarily on improving access and affordability for families, but have ignored the elephant in the room. Early care and education is substantially funded through low teacher pay and inadequate supports for ECE teachers who are primarily women, specifically women of color. In addition to being a serious injustice, lack of adequate financial and professional support for ECE teachers compromises the consistency and quality of care children receive. Policymakers and other stakeholders in Alabama have an opportunity to disrupt this optimal status quo and ensure that Alabama's ECE system has the funding it needs to work effectively for children, families, and teachers. In this report, we developed an estimate of what it will cost to provide high quality and comprehensive early care and education for Alabama's family that does not financially overburden Alabama's parents, who are often managing the current system by putting their careers on hold to stay home with their kids. That also does not come at the expense of ECE teachers. Crucially, the amount of funding available for the ECE workforce is the linchpin of a successful early care and education system. Without well quality and fairly compensated early educators, ECE programs will not be able to provide and sustain a high standard of care for children in Alabama. Creating a values-based budget for early care and education requires aligning costs with what is needed. What will a value-based ECE system cost? A value-based budget for early care and education ensures a well-qualified and fairly compensated early care workforce, providing a high standard of care for the children of the state. Goes from 4.7 billion to 6.4 billion, or 27,000 to 29,000 per child annually when fully phased in. For context, this amounts 2.1% to 2.9% of Alabama's GDP. We estimate that an overhauled ECE system in Alabama will serve between 177,000 to 234,000 children and will employ between 70,000 and 99,000 ECE teachers at fair wages. These causes acknowledge what policymakers are beginning to recognize. We can't solve children's child care crisis without major investment. Creating a value-based budget for early care and education requires aligning costs with what is needed. Well-prepared and well-paid educators are the key. A realistic and comprehensive estimate of what it will cost to achieve a skilled and stable worker requires key set of assumptions about qualification, compensation, and ratio of children to teachers. Core principle of a value-based ECE budget. Young children, regardless of age or setting, need well-prepared teachers. To attract and retain highly skilled teachers, Alabama's ECE system must offer good wages, guaranteed benefits, and healthy working conditions. To provide high quality care and education, reasonable limits should be placed on the number of children per teacher, and sufficient staffing should be maintained to ensure quality coverage at all times. Teachers must be allowed adequate time during which they do not have responsibility for children so they can attend to other professional responsibility, plan activities, and communicate with co-teachers and parents, as well as attain further professional development. Program administrators and other key personnel must also have fair pay and healthy working conditions. To meet the increased demand for services anticipated once a stronger system is in place, the pipeline of highly qualified and committed teachers must be increased. The problem of current early care and education system in Alabama. While the cost of comprehensively reforming ECE system will be substantial, the status quo is unacceptable. What parents can afford to pay is not enough to provide teachers with fair wages and ensure high quality care and education for young children. Early educators are expected to underwrite the cost of the broken system with their low wages. Their expectation is largely unchallenged. The poverty rate for early education in Alabama is 17.2%, much higher than for Alabama workers in general, 11.3%. Early educators are severely underpaid, and as a result, too many are in poverty. Early educators pay a penny for working with younger children. Alabama ECE teachers with a bachelor's degree are paid 35.2% less than their colleagues in the K-8 system. And the poverty rate for early education in Alabama is 70.2%, much higher than for Alabama workers in general, 11.3%, and 5.5 times higher as for other teachers, 3.1%. Despite low early educator pay, care still costs too much for families. Full-time infant care costs per child an average of $5,858 per year in Alabama, $3,969 less per year than in-state college tuition, which averaged $9,827 per student. It takes over 11.6% of typical family income, far higher than the 7% recommended by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services. Early care and education for 4-year-olds in Alabama costs $5,061 annually per child. Furthermore, combined state and federal investment falls short of serving all eligible children who qualify for current subsidized program. As a result, many low and moderate income families are heavily burned by the cost of child care. Insufficient financial and professional support for teaching compromises stable care that is crucial for young children. Low pay fields turnover among early educators, lack of adequate resource and professional support undermines teacher practice and well-being, and also the cost of the value-based ECE budget. As described above, we find that the annual cost of fully phasing quality and high quality and comprehensive ECE system for Alabama range from $4.7 billion, $6.4 billion, or $27,000 to $29,000 per child. $1,000 per child. The much larger range in the aggregate cost relative per child cost reflects uncertainty about the age and number of children participating in the transfer ECE system. Although states have historically spent less per child for children before they enter their school years than for children in K-12 classrooms, services for younger children actually require more teachers because the child-to-teacher ratio are lower, and families typically need to serve for longer hours and more days of the year. Furthermore, the schools serving older children benefit from economies of scale that are not available to early childhood settings. Given that ECE programs are almost universally smaller in terms of the number of children they serve at each site than even the smallest K-12 school, the Denver scale has an impact on costs associated with space, utility, purchasing, employee benefit, and other similar expenses. Our estimates are the gross costs that would be needed to reform the ECE system. They do not account for resources that are already invested in the system. Currently, funding for early care and education in Alabama comes from a variety of sources, including federal, state, and local government, as well as contributions from parents. Alabama typically receives about $308.9 million annually from the federal government for early care and education. Parents in Alabama would collectively pay about $423.7 million. By far the largest cost of the current system is the income parents forego when they drop out of the labor market or work fewer hours in order to care for their children. A new system that draws more heavily on public finance would not just have the capacity to provide high quality early care for more children, but would also lessen the burden that parents face on the current system. How will Alabama benefit from a values-based ECE budget? Alabama stands to benefit by making serious investment in early care and education in line with the key value articulated in this model. Such an investment would strengthen Alabama in a variety of ways. It would create a skilled and stable ECE workforce that can deliver high-quality service and meet growing demand, support children's well-being, successful with solid early childhood foundation, remove barriers to work, and increase employment and early earnings among parents, particularly mothers. Provide benefits to employers from reduced absenteeism and turnover when more stable child care is in place. Provide support for education and professional development for early educators, which can help address wage disparities within the occupation and better the teachers of older children. Create opportunities that offer a pathway to the middle class rather than to poverty for those who would gladly pursue a career in teaching our youngest children if low pay were not an issue. Thank you for watching.